Hi, my name is Liz Hathway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead. That's the week starting 11th of February 2019. So this week we have the last conjunction of Mars with Uranus in Aries. It will have made 5 conjunctions with Uranus in the course of the time since 2011 that Uranus has been in Aries. So it's kind of, a sort of going out with a bang, if you like. At least that's the kind of way I'm seeing it. It's not exiting. Uranus isn't exiting Aries on a sort of a flutter. It's going out with a bang. And I was trying to think, how you could sort of visualize this, and it sort of like has that flash quality to it, like flash mobs or flashes of brilliance or flashes of madness as well, because looking at the past conjunctions of Mars Uranus in this time that Uranus has been in Aries, I mean, there's one of the events that stands out there, and there are many, of course, is the Airbus, the German wings crash in the French Alps, where the pilot suddenly took it upon himself to crash his plane and killed 150 people. Now that is a kind of an extreme example, but it does sort of show that sort of random quality that Uranus can have. It's sort of fired up by an impulse of some sort, which is coming from it feels almost like an external source. It's an outer planet, Uranus. So as I say, it's like, I thought as well, it's a bit like fireworks, Mars Uranus. It can be incredibly spectacular, but it can also be, if you don't handle it correctly, there can be injuries there. So yeah, this is like wildfires and floods or stuff like that. I also think of things like that with Mars Uranus, or as I said, random acts of madness as well. So this is also the last conjunction, if we exclude the moon now, that Uranus will make before it leaves Aries. So it's, as I say, it's going out on a bang as opposed to a flutter. So that's really nice. That's on Wednesday. And look where it's falling in your horoscope, of course, because there's a lot of energy in Mars Uranus. There's that sense, I think I mentioned it last week, of eruptions, of breakthrough, of moving forward in a kind of forceful, determined sort of way. And it's interesting because, Mars then immediately is going to enter into Taurus, and that's on Thursday. And Mars in Taurus is much more of a builder. He's got a lot more patience when he enters into Taurus, Mars. That sort of headstrong quality of the youth gives way to this sort of more constructive, more determined, in some ways also more stubborn use of energy. And it's like if you've got work to do, Mars in Taurus can move mountains. There's a lot of power in there, a lot of physical power. And it enters into a very, very nice relationship then with Venus in Capricorn. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, and Venus is the planet that rules Taurus. So there's a kind of behind the scenes kind of support group there between these two planets. And, it would be great for things like peace treaties or any kind of activity where negotiations are needed. And especially if it's involving, shall we say, dangerous things or art or culture or even in some respects, some more long-term plans, because both Saturn and Pluto are also in Earth signs at the moment. They're also in Capricorn. So Mars's movement into Taurus, in the coming weeks, it's going to catch up with Saturn, with Pluto. So this sense of energy being much more directed than it was when Mars was in Aries. Mars in Aries is very much like starts a lot of projects, all over the place. And when Mars gets into Taurus, it's right, okay, which of these projects you're going to run with, which of these projects, you know, can be, you know, constructively, you know, can deliver results, because Taurus is as well, and Capricorn as well, these are earth signs. They are very pragmatic. They want to see the goods, please. You know, what can you give me? So these are some, you know, really interesting, powerful shifts this week. The other sort of major planetary sort of meet-up, shall we say, meet and greet this week is Venus and Neptune. And this is nice because this is happening in the week of St. Valentine's Day, and Venus, okay, Venus in Capricorn is much more pragmatic than, you know, Venus might like to be. I mean, Venus in Capricorn finds it very difficult to, you know, just completely surrender, you know, to love. You know, there's always kind of practical applications, you know, with Venus in Capricorn. What does it mean? What effect would it have on me? You know, is this a relationship that's going anywhere? Can this person that I'm involved with, you know, does that person have anything real to offer me? You know, Capricorn finds it very difficult to let go of practical considerations. But having said that, you know, we are talking about the goat and a female goat with Venus in Capricorn. So there is a lot of sort of sexual energy there as well. And then Venus sextiles Neptune on Sunday. Neptune is in Pisces and exalts Venus. So there is a lot of love in the air this week. There is that ability as well to empathize, to reach out. Sextiles are proactive, to engage, to communicate, to meet new people as well, and particularly to follow spiritual pursuits. Neptune is very comfortable when, you know, we start to move into areas that are non-material, where we start to engage with the imagination, when we start to open ourselves up to feelings and sensations and moods and smells and alles, what, you know, everything. Sorry, I'm speaking Dutch now, alles. But I mean, everything that is sublime, this is the realm of Neptune. So this is a lovely week. We have that big bang, as I like to call it, when, you know, Uranus moving out of, Mars moving out of Aries. Uranus itself will move into Taurus on the new moon on the 6th of March. That new moon will be in 1547 Pisces. And I just have a little question I want to ask anyone who's listened to this to the end. There have been some issues with the sound of my videos. So this week, for the first time, I'm using a microphone. I'm just wondering if anybody notices any difference in the sound quality. Thank you for listening. Have a fantastic week. And if you're in love, have a great Valentine. Okay, bye.